Phoenix Audio presents
Family Honor by Robert B. Parker. Performed by Andrea Thompson. Their last months together had been gothic. Both of them had avoided being home, and the house in Marblehead with the water view had stood, more empty than occupied, both emblem and relic of their marriage. They had been much younger than their neighbors when they'd moved in, freshly married, 23 years old. The house purchased for cash with money from her in-laws. They had drunk wine in the living room and looked straight out over the Atlantic and held hands and made love in front of the fireplace and thought about forever. 9 years is a little short of forever, she thought. She had refused alimony. Richie had refused the house. Now she was carefully bubble-wrapping her paintings and leaning them carefully against the wall where the movers could pick them up when they came. Each painting had a fragile sticker on it. Her paints and brushes were boxed and taped and stood beside the paintings. The house was silent. The sound of the ocean only made it seem more silent. The sun was streaming in through the east windows. Tiny dust motes glinted in it. The sun off the water made a kind of backlighting, diffusing the sunlight and filling in where there would have been shadows. Her dog sat on her tail watching the packing, looking a little nervous. Or was that projection? When she had married Richie, her mother had said, "Marriage is a trap. It stifles the potential of womanhood. You know what they say, a woman needs a man like a fish needs a bicycle." Sonny had said, "I don't think they say that too much anymore, Mother." But her mother, the queen of doesn't get it, paid no attention. "A woman needs a man like a fish needs a bicycle," she had said. When Sonny had announced 9 years later that she and Richie were divorcing, her mother had said, "I'm very disappointed. Marriage is too hard to be left to men. It is your job to make it work." That was her mother. She could disapprove of the marriage and disapprove of the divorce that ended it. Her father had been simpler about both. "You should do what you want," he had said of her marriage and of her divorce and of everything else in her life. "You need help? I'll help you." Her parents were so strangely unsuitable for each other. Her mother was a vocal feminist who had married a policeman at the end of her junior year in college. Her mother had never held a paying job and had never, as far as her daughter could tell, ever written a...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?